Hi friends, my name is Alexa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the third book of the Blood of Fae series called Empress of Fae by Briar Boleyn. I will be going into spoilers with the trigger warning and also the summary about what happened in this book. If you wish to avoid all of the spoilers, I'll put a little timestamp in the description if you want to skip to where I give my overall thoughts and rating of this wonderful book. Yes, but with that said, let's get started to the trigger warnings and then the summary. Alright, well, like the other two, I'm going to have my book open to the pronunciation guide because, well, I know some of the characters' names that we're revisiting. There's a couple characters' names that I will have a hard time pronouncing. So, anyway, Empress of Fae starts off at the end of, like, Morgan leaving at the end of the Court of Claws book and the aftermath of all that. Draven still isn't understanding why Morgan left, is upset. Oh gosh, here we are. Is it Stephanie? Yes, Stephanie, tried to kill Draven. Hall killed Stephanie with a cleaver. Then we go back to POV of Morgan. Also, there's going to be, the majority of it is Morgan's POV, but there's also like other chapters of Draven, and there's like one chapter of Lancelot and then one chapter of Guinevere. Yeah. Lancelot isn't happy that she is alive. R.I.P. Lancelot and Morgan's friendship. Lancelot called her a bitch because I guess Morgan didn't die too. Or I guess didn't make enough effort to try to save her. Okay. Princess Guinevere was abused by Arthur physically and sexually. Her father is dead. And there's a potential romance with Lancelot, possibly. Morgan met with the members of the Round Table. Met with Tyra. Interesting. Kay is at the front lines. Arthur has Excalibur, his wife, Boleyn is with child. Lyastra is the new Queen Regent for the time being, as Draven is going on a quest to get Morgan back. Morgan is now missing Draven. Morgan is to return to the castle and spy on Arthur. Caspar, her uncle, is apparently part Fae. Morgan's mother placed a glamour on Uther, then poured all her magic into Morgan. I guess it turns out that the Shabra weren't the ones to turn the children into undead children. It was actually the Valtane. Like, they turned their own children into these undead creatures. That seems a little weird. Morgan and Guinevere's conversation was lovely. It seems like Guinevere is more nicer to Morgan than her own childhood best friend, Lancelot. Morgan had a dream about Nightclaw, Sunstrike, and Draven, and I guess apparently now their bond is complete. Ew. Christian is a young boy or not a young boy, but he was a young spy that was caught by Phoenix, one of Arthur's generals, and was severely injured. Morgan made an agreement to spy on Arthur and take the potion that like limited or like suppressed her fae abilities and like, you know, all that. Draven is on his way to Morgan on a warship, followed by 100 more ships. Morgan is getting through to Lancelot. Like, she's slowly trying to repair the friendship between the two of them, because, I don't know, it doesn't, like, Lancelot's reaction toward Morgan doesn't seem very fair. They were going out so Morgan can see the state of her kingdom that Arthur is destroying. Morgan and Lancelot are also catching up on stuff she missed, and also what went on with Morgan while she wasn't, you know, back in Camelot, because she was with the Shabra and Driven and all that. Morgan saw the horrible reality of what her brother brought. The temple is under attack, and I guess apparently now there is a rat. Arthur has come for Guinevere. Kay is returning from the front lines. Arthur and Morgan reunite. Merlin is lying to Arthur and Phoenix to protect Morgan. Galahad, Lancelot, and Guinevere. Phoenix killed Merlin. Lancelot has been caught, and she bought Galahad and Guinevere time to get away, and Lancelot will be taken to the dungeon while Morgan will be brought back to the castle and returned to her room. Yeah. Morgan met with Draven in her dream to inform him about what happened. Oh, and then I said Morgan needs to make up her mind, because the whole reason why she left him in the second book was because she was upset that she made him, or that she was now her husband. What the hell? Yeah. Just like the whole, like, making the husband and her not consenting to being his wife, but then now she's, like, missing him, and it's like, well, then why did you leave in the first place? I don't know. She can't make up her mind. Also, Draven's nickname for Morgan is Silver One, or he also calls her Little Silver One, and that kind of made me gag, because, like, ew. No, I don't like that nickname. Draven says Morgan was always his mate. Okay. Disrespecting your first wife. Morgan and Draven have sex. He is months away from where she is. Caspar thinks Merlin could have had Fae blood in her ancestry because Morgan displayed powers she's never seen before. Morgan goes to meet the queen. Oh yeah, Queen Boleyn is actually Orchides, and she is pregnant with Arthur's child. Oh god, ew. Phoenix assaults Morgan, then says vile and gross stuff to her. I do not like this man either. Morgan she has a weird taste in, or like, weird men get, Arthur might be under a glamour. Sir Ector has been branded a traitor. Let's see. What is her name? Helena was the one who gave away Sir Ector's location / sold him out. But by the time Arthur's men showed up, Ector was gone. Excalibur is in the castle. Draven and Morgan have sex in the dream again in a hot spring. Morgan visited Lancelot in her cell. The guards are beating her. She told her Guinevere is safe. Then she showed her fire magic and vowed to get her out. Morgan paid a visit to Dame Helena. I guess she thought she's not the traitor. Sir Ector fled to Tintagel to seek aid. Morgan visited her sister Orchides. Orchides says her father is the real enemy, or their father is the real enemy. He's hardly a man. A tournament is to be held to see who can wield Excalibur. Orchides plans to use her baby as a weapon. Oh man, there's a lot going on. Phoenix is still assaulting Morgan and wants to marry her. The tournament has begun. Basically a bunch of prisoners of war are shoved out into this arena type thing. And one person is supposed to use Excalibur. The other is to use a normal sword, and there's prisoners, or 2 prisoners versus wolves. And then after all that, there was not really a survivor, so they move on to the next bunch of prisoners who, they basically just toss Excalibur onto the dirt, and like all these prisoners are fighting to get the dang sword and like turn on each other. And then a final woman is wielding Excalibur, and then something happens because the sword begins to glow, and then all some of the prisoner, or all of the prisoners and some spectators disintegrate. Apparently Phoenix said to Morgan that Lancelot is to be executed. However, Morgan comes up with this wonderful, brilliant idea to put her in the tournament. And then Phoenix kissed Morgan without her consent. She tried to fight back against him, but that only seemed to turn him on more. Ew. Morgan encountered Phoenix at the library. He pulled her hair. Not in a sexual way. I don't even think there really is a sexual way to pull your hair. Because someone pulled my hair doing all that, I might have to kick them in the balls. Anyway, Lancelot isn't in her cell. An unknown man appeared at the cottage in Morgan and Draven's dream. Lancelot will take part in the tournament. Morgan warned Orchides about her child / the prophecy that Morgan saw in the library that Phoenix was reading in a book. Basically said the child will be a king's undoing. Yeah. Arthur feels threatened by Orchides and his unborn child. Arthur says the child won't live. Morgan then vows to get Orchides out and away from him. Basically, she hears this whole conversation. She's hidden behind a tapestry, and Orchides is sitting down to her, because Morgan's feet were sticking out, so, sisterly bond, sisterly stuff, you know what I mean? Protecting each other. Good. Yeah. Lancelot and the other prisoners are up against, oh god, what the hell? Up against, I don't even know if they'll have a, pronunciation. Hello? What the hell? Oh, Glatisant. Glatisant. What the fuck? What kind of, I'm so sorry. Glatisant. Okay. Anyway, yeah, they're up against that. Lancelot wielded Excalibur and slew the beast because Morgan, I guess apparently the blade is connected to Morgan, so Morgan was like, please save my friend. And so Excalibur did that. And then Lancelot was shot with an arrow, but she was okay because a bunch of people came. Galahad and Guinevere rallied the rebels to attack. Javert is missing / dead. Kay has returned. He's now 12 years old. He's also taller now. Orchides has vanished. Morgan and Kay moment is very sweet. Draven made it to Eskira. What the hell? And I guess they were attacked by some sort of dark creature. Arthur's men took Kay from Morgan's room because they were both sleeping together and, but not, like cuddling and not like the weird, Anyway, Children are dying because Caspar comes into her room freaking out, and then Tyra is, of course he is apparently the traitor, and also Phoenix is in her room, like just hanging out in the shadows. Like, how the fuck did he get in there? And why was he watching her sleep? Morgan burned Phoenix's face. Caspar is dead because Phoenix somehow kills him with some sort of unknown power. I guess apparently he now takes her to his weird torture chamber. I guess the plan is to use Morgan to control Excalibur. Phoenix is torturing her, and Arthur is being manipulated by Morgan's father. You know, the fake father. I can't pronounce his name. It's really weird. Morgan died, ? Draven felt / saw Morgan dying, and then he was somehow brought to her and punched Phoenix in the face. I guess apparently Draven has shadow powers. I don't know where. I don't recall him having them before, but okay. Morgan is alive. Morgan killed Phoenix by fire. Orchides gave birth and is dying. Camelot is under siege. Kevin / Tyra is using Kay for a ritual. Javert died by trying to save Kay by grabbing the grail. See, this is where I'm getting confused. Morgan decapitated Kevin. The grail fell to the ground. Orchides died. The baby girl is named Medra? Hold on. Medra. Yes, I got it right the first time. Draven and Morgan will protect her. Guinevere is the new high priestess. Arthur finally woke up and, I guess, realized what he was doing. Too little, too late, if you ask me. Arthur was executed by a volley of arrows. Peace talks were successful, and an unknown enemy is attacking. And that's all that happened in the Empress of Fae. Yeah, I'm giving this a 3-star. And I'm being very generous with that. I don't. There's just a lot going on, but nothing at all, if that makes sense. Morgan, it seems like any character development she has or would have had is thrown into the water. She's just back to annoying me, and she's indecisive on what she wants. She's also indecisive of who she wants to be with. Meaning, like, if she wants to be with Draven or not, because at first she hated that she was forced to be Draven's wife in a way, and that's the whole reason she ran back to Camelot. Well, also to like get back to Kay, but you know. And now she's like just calling him her husband, and she misses him, and all of this crap. Also, I can't stand almost every sentence in this book having the word "my mate" in there. Also, it would be some of the sentences would be like, I love I love Draven. And then she goes, my mate. And it's the same with Draven. It's like, I get it. I don't need to hear every single sentence that he is your mate or your husband. I know who he is. You can you can literally just say he or she or Draven or Morgan was doing this. You don't need to say my mate every time. Every single time. It's gonna make me lose my mind. It's gonna make me rip my hair out. Oh my god. Also, I can't stand Draven's nickname for Morgan, and I don't like that. I don't like Silver One. Or my little Silver One. Ew. Like, you couldn't come up with a better nickname like that? Like, I don't know. honey, beloved, my love, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Why silver one? That's gross. Ew. Well, it describes your hair. Okay, well. Also, I don't know what's going on with Lancelot and Morgan's friendship. It seems like Lancelot is pissed off because Morgan lived in, I don't know. I mean, I get it, but like at the same time, if that was me, if I found out my friend was alive, I would be a little happy, you know what I mean? Like, she survived. Anyway, I think meeting Guinevere is nice. I like Guinevere. I like all of the side characters. I just don't like Morgan and Draven. I don't like them. You know? And also, Morgan is way too trusting with new people that she meets. She should be at least a little suspicious of people, you know? Because you don't know them. And you don't know, well, you know, we could be spies on Arthur's side too, you know? Anyway, I think, yeah. Also, I can't stand any of the intimate scenes that Morgan and Draven take part in, because it seems like that's all Draven wants to do with Morgan is to have sex, like, and that's like, and that's fine, right? If there's a see, I'm one of those people where I need it to lead into a character doing whatever they need to do. And then they move on to like the intimate scenes, because then that would make sense to me, because yeah, it's leading up to that point. It's not like bam, we say hi to each other and then all of a sudden we're shoving faces or mouths in places. You know what I mean? Or sticking things into things that are just like, hello, what's up, let's go have sex. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there needs to be a little lead up to that point. Yeah, I wish I had the Draven's personality from when he showed up in book 1. Please, he needs to come back. I don't know who this Draven is, but it's not the Draven that was in book 1. This is just a lustful man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in it now, so I'll have to read the last book to free myself from this, because yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of Empress of the Fae, if you've read it or not, or, yeah. Or if you liked it, or you just think it's as bad as I think it is. Or what is your rating for this book, if you've read it or not. Yeah. Next time I'll be talking about the last book in the Blood of the Fae series. I think it's called Night of the Goddess or something like that. Oh, and also, where did Draven get his shadow powers from? Like, you know, all of a sudden use his shadow powers. Honestly, I think the author just put that in because I'm not sure when this book was released, but I'm pretty sure it's probably around the time when everybody and their mother had every single male character have shadow powers, and I think she just wanted to fit in. Sorry. Yeah, because he never used any of those powers in the last 2 books. So this is like new, and he never really explains how he got them. So, anyway, yeah, but next time I'll talk about Night of the Goddess. That's the last book. Yay! And then, that'll be getting close to my reading wrap up. Yeah, anyway. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, please subscribe, and also, if you want to see more videos as well, you can also check out the playlists that I have either linked in the description or on my channel. And until next time, bye friends.